Old Tomas makes his way to the group. Seems like you dealt with the problem. What happened?
Apparently, there was a man named Guile who came here just before the mist came in. We don't know exactly
Oh,
what his full role was, or the mist, but there was a heart-shaped gem that was causing or was being entrapped by these giant fruit plants out here, but we were not able to determine that initially. Pax was here. Unfortunately, she had very, very sharp teeth like mine, and she was acting very oddly, and Cobb and the rest of the people were all shrunken like children, but with the bodies of fully grown adults, just much, much smaller.
that's strange business that is, but I can't tell you. I know Guile. The night that the mist came out, I sailed away with him. He was, how do I put this? It was like he knew it was coming. We got together, and I sailed faster than I'd ever sailed before when I saw the mist tide following behind him.
Did you take him to Ten Isle?
Yes, I took him back to Tins Isle. I mean, I didn't want to assume that, can a person even call or beckon the mist? I don't think that's possible.
Apparently, it kinda is.
So there's definitely more answers that we need to find, but for now, the issue has been abated, and the gem that we found, which was heart-shaped, um, apparently has somehow merged with Magnus.
Merged with Magnus, you say?
I feel strange, like the heart of the land is beating within me.
Hmm. I can't say I can relate, but sometimes when I'm out on the sea, I feel the same way. So, what happened after you waved me off? And I remember my ears are still hurting from that scream as you took the others to safety.
Basically, we were when we saw when we sent packs towards the water, we managed to save the rest of the people who were still at Corpse Landing and brought them to the inn for safekeeping. We almost happened upon a very powerful tornado storm, and we barely managed to make it inside the inn
Oh,
to safety.
I saw that from the ocean. It wasn't natural at all. It just appeared right over Cobb's Landing out of nowhere.
Yes, Afton fortunately was able to break a magical link between the events here and Cobb and the rest of the individuals, allowing them to slowly start to heal.
Oh, it's good. I have no clue how you saw that storm coming, though. No way I could
Oh,
have seen it coming.
Afton looks over to Anya. Anya, you might be able to tell him more about that.
I have a blessing that helps me feel when a storm or anything that is coming. It
Oh,
helps.
fascinating. The tin work in mysterious ways, huh?
Indeed.
So what else happened once you got to the inn? Anything of note? I see you brought Elias back with you.
Yes, he was quite eager to figure out what had happened here.
Aye. We're going to get that bastard who did this one way or the other. Send a message back to everyone on Tin's Eye and let them know that this Guile. I was going to use different language, but you're dead. You're a dead man, you hear that?
We left Cobb and the rest there. They were still unconscious at the time, but they were on the mend.
Hmm.
We'll make sure this guy all gets his just desserts for what he did. friend.
Aye. I'll leave it to you in the courts, but if I don't get my justice, I'll find it myself.
I believe you will be sufficiently punished by the martial court.
But you maybe need to be called upon to give testimony to what you've seen.
Aye.
Bear that in mind.
No problem giving testimony for me. Same for me. If anyone on Tin's Isle would take any action against our people, I would gladly offer my assistance.
We'll bear that in mind when we make sure we put this forward.
You said you know Guile. What family is he from?
I'm blanking on it at the moment. I can't quite remember. I think it was the Nizam family. Yes, Guile Nanu Nizam is, I think, his name.
Hmm.
Is there anything else that happened? You made your way back here, I presume, with Elias in tow.
Yeah, we saw some sketchy looking squirrels on the way back with horns and a lot of poison. But their poison helped aid us in reducing the trees here that had taken over.
I don't think without the help of the poison we'd be able to get out the heart in the first place to heal the land. So it would seem.
Tin be blessed you found that then. And what is that egg you brought with you?
That's
Wait.
complicated.
And when we got
After getting this heart, I poured upon it some of a herb called Angel's Bounty, and it dissolved into my skin, and as I walked the land, tears poured, and a strange necklace appeared on my neck. I let out a prayer to the land, and it started healing this area, and soon after the girl reappeared.
I didn't tell them about how we came upon the girl in the first place. When we arrived back, we found a girl in the Cobb's hut here who was writing that name all over in a weird liquid. While the others went to investigate the trees, I sat with her and attempted to figure out where she came from. I think she was a younger version of Pax, the woman we had met before. But she was very disconnected in her thoughts. But she was able to tell me that Guile was the one that had poisoned the land, and that as a result, all this happened. Anyways, after the land was healed, she reappeared, and when somebody went to put a hand on her, she kind of just burst into flames and then turned into an egg.
I have never heard of anything like that before.
Neither have I.
At least you took care of everything. So that was the curse then? The plants were the curse?
Perhaps so.
It was more what the plants were going to give birth to. But luckily we didn't have to see that.
That's good. And We also found that camp.
Indeed. The source of all of this trouble.
Mm,
This is
Also,
where
it would seem.
I almost have been.
Aye.
Almost have visited. I'm sure they would have left a trace if you looked long enough. And there's something foul there as well. It hurt, whatever. If it was there, it's hard to remember.
I remember you found something, but then maybe I'm just imagining it. But after that happened, everything seemed back at peace.
It was like a scream. You heard it for a second, but then did you hear it? I'm not too sure.
Strange business, but I suppose it's time for me to get going back. I didn't want to leave you stuck here in a curse, so I stayed offshore for a while. If any of
you
you
were too kind.
If any of you want to come back with me, old Thomas will still be here to take you back. And with that, old Thomas will take those of you who want to return back, and the rest of you can return to the end of the last bridge.